This is just a reminder that if you also struggle with the winter months, you are absolutely not alone. I used to feel so ashamed of this and felt like to admit that I had seasonal affectiveness was something to be embarrassed about. You know, something as stupid as the weather or the days I felt shouldn't affect me that much. But that was such bullshit because, to be honest, it really does affect me. And that's okay. I get through. But I would be a big liar if I said I was my optimum self when it comes to winter. So please enjoy this vlog as I made it through the winter months, started to feel spring and started to come alive a little bit more.
Okay, go. That was a good shot. Me and my water bottle. My water bottle empty. Don't, oh my god. Hang on. I will pick that up. Oh my god, how ridiculous my look here. Yeah, we look cool. Right, let's have a chat, shall we? Oh! Oh! Hey! Hi! Yeah. Sorry about disappearing there, guys. I'm back! If you're new here, hello. My name is Summer. I'm a 24-year-old doctor. And I like to share my life as a woman in medicine, trying to balance everything in her 20s online. So if that's a bit of you, come on in. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around because it has been a while since I last picked up a camera. Why is that? I think it's kind of a combination of things, from going into a completely new job, which is what unfortunately happens as an NHS resident doctor every 4 months. We're just always rotating, always going into new things. And then I also decided to basically pick up like 100 different new things to do, because even though I say to myself, no, I want to keep my career options open, I don't want to go into training posts, unfortunately, I do in fact need to continue to build a professional portfolio. Who would have thought it? And unfortunately, being a doctor full time and trying to do all of that is quite busy, but we're back now. It's also been winter, and if you know anything about me, I don't cope in winter well. I don't. But The sun is setting after 6 p.m. The sun is rising at 6 a.m. I'm a happy, happy lady once more. The birds are singing, the flowers are blooming, the trees are budding. Life could not get much better. When I was about 17 years old, I locked my iPhone in a box, like taped it up with sellotape, and didn't use it for I think about 3 or 4 months during my A-levels. Look, it was a time, okay? It was a time you just had to be there. My friends who were friends with me during that era will remember me going slightly crazy and taping my iPhone in a box and just getting on with my A-levels that way. And I literally used a brick phone, and I had like 2 contacts, and I deleted all of my followers off of Instagram and had like 75 followers. I was really in my quiet girl, like eco organic era, but unfortunately that era did in fact end. For this week, no social media at all. I'm going quiet mode. I can't remember the last time I didn't go on social media for a week, and that is embarrassing. So I've muted the notifications. I'm not going to go on the apps, but I am still going to have my phone with me because I got to earn money. I'm sorry, I've got to get that bag. I've got to get that bag. I bought a Nintendo Switch. Ah! So, for context, my boyfriend is in the games industry, and I always watch him like gaming and doing his, like, he designs the game, so like doing his inventing stuff, and I've always thought, I'm not like a gamer, that's not a bit of me, you know, I'll never get into that. And then he's obviously made me play a few games. I have been a voice actor in one of his games, and it just seems really fun and really like a creative outlet. And so I have in fact bought a Nintendo Switch. I bought the one with Mario Kart because I thought that would be fun to play with other people. And when I get a little place of my own, then I can take this with me. So it's gonna, in my head, it's gonna last a long time. And then I also got Hogwarts Legacy game. Disclaimer, obviously I don't agree with anything J.K. Rowling says, and I really think that her views are quite horrible, most of them. But unfortunately, I do really like Harry Potter, so I've bought this game as like a little creative escapism game, and then I've also got the Mario Kart one that came with the Switch, so let's go set it up. So a little fact about me whilst I unpack this is that I don't think you would necessarily get this from any of my content, is that I'm actually, I don't know the difference really between extroverted and introverted. I don't really understand how you tell which one you are, because I feel like I am both in very, very different ways. I'm definitely someone who's very happy to walk into a room of people who they don't know at all and then leave with like 3 new friends by the end of the night. Like, I'm very, very happy to walk up to strangers and just start talking to them. But at the same time, I definitely do still need days where, like, I'm alone in my house today. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not FaceTiming people, I'm not calling people up, and I don't want to go out. I just want to stay in my house. Like, I was on a mission. I walked into Argos, I picked up my order, and I left. I was not dilly-dallying around. I was not chatting. That's not what I wanted to do. So the concept of being able to just tuck myself away in my cozy little room and just play a game and be lost in like the fantasy of a game is very, very exciting to me. I've actually had a very busy morning. I've been doing some manual labour. I've jet washed the garden. I've done some bits and bobs with the house, fully feeling like I'm in spring cleaning mode, which is not something I usually participate in, but I think the good weather has got me in the mood for some good spring cleaning. Me and Mum are heading out to the garden centre. Really exciting, I know, but who doesn't love a good garden centre, especially on such a nice spring day? And I will do a fit check. Don't judge the mess in the background of my room. I'm going to an event next week. I'm going to a screening of The Pit, which is going to be released on HBO Max in the UK for like the first time. Obviously, as someone who has worked in ED and thinks that they want to specialise in emergency medicine, I'm very excited. But what that does mean is that I've been ordering lots and lots of different outfits and trying on lots of different things, which are all currently in the back of my room, but that's fine. So the t-shirt is just a very old t-shirt. Jeans are Levi's, I think 501s, just like their classic jean, gone for a pop of colour with the belt. And then this gilet, isn't she gorgeous? I don't know whether I'm going to leave it undone or do it up in kind of little bows like that, but I bought it from a shop when I was out in Amsterdam that was very like Scandi style clothes. It's quite long line on me, but I actually quite like that. I think it would also look really nice with a floaty skirt. It's from a black brand called Global F. So, and then I think I'm going to probably go with my Birkenstocks because the sun's out, so that means it's warm enough to wear Birkenstocks, right? Okay, let's go! Going this time. I'm currently in the garden. I've had some chocolate banana bread, which was which was so delicious. And then yesterday I literally just chilled out all day. It was glorious. Like, I never really give myself the opportunity to do that because I always feel like I have to be doing something all the time. But yesterday I literally just played on my Nintendo Switch for like a couple of hours and then did some baking. Didn't go on my phone, didn't really watch TV. It was great. It was really, really good. There's something about like playing on a Switch versus watching TV or scrolling on social media that feels different. And then last night met up with some friends, some of them who I haven't seen in a really, really long time, for dinner, so that was really nice. Let the coffee defrost my brain for a little bit, thaw it out, get my thoughts clunking. I want to edit and schedule 2 reels, and I probably should film a few as well. And then maybe a walk. Maybe I'll see if Mum wants to go on a walk just in like the local countryside. And then tomorrow I think I will be, so on Monday evening I'm travelling to London to go to a TV screening, and I'm very excited, and obviously I'm going to be vlogging it, but that means I need to pack because I'm going straight from work on Monday and then the screening is happening on Tuesday, so I think tomorrow will be spent getting ready for that. I've bought a suit for it. Not quite mastered the art of doing any shapes